Hey there, boaters. I'm Stacey Hanrahan, and welcome to Wednesday's episode of Boaters TV. First up, let's see what's making waves in nautical news. One of California's top sailing schools will begin a $4 million upgrade this month. The Orange Coast College of Sailing and Seamanship in Newport Beach is one of the nation's largest public boating educators, enrolling nearly 5,000 students each year. The project was approved by the California Coastal Commission. Brad Avery, Director of Marine Programs, said, "Beyond the nostalgia, the facility had a very nice, old, traditional feel. Now it's going to be more modern." The school was built in the 70s before access building codes were enforced, so wheelchair users have had difficulty getting around the campus. Avery said making the buildings wheelchair accessible was one of the key factors for going ahead with the project. There weren't many women involved in sailing during the original construction. Since the 70s, women have had to share both facilities and locker rooms with men. The upgrade will finally give women their privacy. As you can see, some upgrades were well overdue. Other plans include the addition of a second story to the 12,000 square foot layout, adding a new workout classroom for rowing machines and weights, renovating existing storage space for rowing boats, and adding a new boat repair workshop. The school offers courses for all ages on everything from navigation to USCG license certification. They operate 36 boats, from dinghies to offshore racers, so if you're looking to take boating classes of any kind, why not check out one that's getting a $4 million facelift? To learn more about the OCC School of Sailing and Seamanship, go to www.occsailing.com. Next up, in Bosun's locker, would you be prepared for an emergency at sea? We all know a heart attack can kill you. In fact, the American Heart Association says 1,000 people suffer cardiac arrest every day. The thought of someone collapsing from a heart attack while you're out at sea, miles away from help, sends shivers through the most experienced boat captains. So, what would you do? Perform CPR? Does anyone on your boat know CPR? Do you have a defibrillator? Would you even know how to use one? That's where Zoll Medical Corporation stepped in with the answers. The company created a nearly foolproof device that can help you perform CPR and administer the defibrillation shock, if needed, in those precious minutes that pass until rescue arrives. It's called the AED Plus. AED for Automated External Defibrillator. The machine will actually talk you through both life-saving maneuvers. It comes with a stick-on pad that contains the electrodes for defibrillation and even has symbols on the top of the pad to show you exactly where to place the unit. The AED Plus will monitor your actions, giving you both audio and visual feedback. For example, if you are not pushing hard enough, it will tell you to push harder. And only when the heart has reached a point where electronic shock is needed will the machine tell you to do so. And that's as easy as pushing a button. The device takes the guesswork out of what can be a very panicky situation on the water. For more information, visit www.zoll.com. Next up, in Nautical Know-how, are anchor worries keeping you up at night? Every boater knows exactly when his anchor will start to slip. In the middle of the night, when everyone is fast asleep, right? Just the worry that your anchor will betray you when you're not looking can make for a sleepless night. I personally know one skipper who actually sets an alarm to wake him every hour on overnight anchorage trips. And I won't tell you how I know, but it is not fun pulling up anchor and trying to reset in the middle of a thunderstorm in the middle of the night. Of course, there are ways to prevent a slip, and the key is to have the right type of anchor for your situation. TheBoaters.com powerboat ambassador, Captain Don Sweet, recently provided us with some valuable information on the different types of anchors available. A mushroom anchor looks a lot like, you guessed it, a mushroom. Without teeth or hooks, the mushroom anchor tends to slip in heavy currents. It is recommended when anchoring in rivers with little or no current, and a muddy or weed-covered bottom. The fluke anchor uses a stalk and 2 hooks to penetrate a bottom. Their lightweight and flat design makes them easy to retrieve and store. They work great in sandy and muddy bottoms, but have difficulty in kelp and weeds. Danforth and Fortress are 2 popular brands. Plow anchors have become very popular, especially among cruising boats, because they work with virtually all bottoms. They use a hinge shank that allows the anchor to turn as your boat turns with the wind or current. This design also makes them a perfect fit for use with a remotely operated windlass. I recommend the 7-to-1 scope, meaning in 10 feet of water, you should let out 70 feet of road. You know the old saying, when in doubt, let more out. There are other types of anchors out there, such as river and grappling, so to read all of Captain Don's thoughts, or to ask him a question, go to theboaters.com/forum and click on the Anchoring in Current discussion. Thanks, Captain Don. Your tips will help us all sleep sounder. And finally today, it's time to reveal Stacey's theboaters.com Sealebrity profile pick of the day, which is Dave Mather and his work in progress, a 96-foot aluminum schooner. Dave is a retired Delta Airlines captain. He is treasurer of Mercy Missions Incorporated and is currently building this giant schooner for mission work in the Pacific. Now that's a haul. We can't wait to see the finished beauty. Welcome to the Boaters and congrats on your Sealebrity status. That'll do it for this episode of the Boaters TV. We'll see you back here on Friday.